You weren't meant to carry this alone. The weight you've been holding, the grief that settles in your chest at 3 a.m., the anxiety that follows you through bright mornings, the pain you've learned to smile through, you were never designed to white-knuckle your way through all of it. And yet, here we are. Here you are, reading these words because something inside you whispers that there must be another way. Modern life has convinced us that healing is a project, a to-do list, a mountain to conquer. We download meditation apps and read self-help books and attend workshops, collecting techniques like armor, building strategies like walls. We think if we just understand enough, analyze enough, optimize enough, we can finally think our way out of pain. But here's what no one tells you. The mind that created your suffering cannot be the same mind that ends it. Buddhist wisdom offers something radically different, not another method to master, not another goal to achieve. It offers an invitation to stop, to cease the endless inner warfare, to discover that healing isn't about becoming someone new, it's about remembering what was never broken to begin with. This isn't about fixing yourself. Because you were never broken, you were just never taught how to stop fighting what hurts. The paradox at the heart of healing. In a small monastery in the mountains of Tibet, there's a practice the monks perform each morning. They gather in the meditation hall before dawn, and instead of chanting prayers for strength or transcendence, they sit with a single intention: to stop trying. This practice, called the art of non-interference, teaches something our achievement-obsessed culture has forgotten. Healing doesn't begin when you finally solve the problem. It begins the moment you stop treating yourself like a problem to be solved. Think about it. When you cut your finger, you don't lecture the wound. You don't create a 5-step plan for cellular regeneration. You don't judge yourself for bleeding. You simply clean it, perhaps cover it. And then here's the crucial part you get out of the way. You trust the body's innate wisdom to knit itself back together. Your emotional wounds work the same way. But we've been conditioned to interfere constantly, to analyze, strategize, criticize, optimize. We've confused healing with improvement, when in fact they're opposites. Improvement implies something was wrong. Healing acknowledges something was hurt and knows exactly what to do about it. The 10 techniques I'm about to share with you aren't methods to force change. They're invitations to stop interrupting the healing that's already trying to happen. Technique 1. Return to the body. Your body has been waiting for you to come home. When fear rises, notice what happens. Your mind races forward, imagining worst-case scenarios, planning escapes, building elaborate defenses against dangers that haven't arrived. Meanwhile, your body remains here, breathing, feeling, holding the truth of this moment. And in that split second, you abandon yourself. You leave your body behind like a house you've fled in panic, and your mind becomes a refugee, wandering through futures that don't exist. This is the first violence we commit against ourselves, the great abandonment. We treat the body like a vehicle we happen to operate, rather than the lived reality of our existence. When anxiety strikes, we rush to calm the mind. When depression descends, we try to think our way to clarity. But the body, the body has been there all along, faithfully recording every unprocessed hurt, every swallowed grief, every moment you chose to power through instead of feel through. There's a Zen teaching that says, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. It's not about the actions, it's about the quality of presence. Are you chopping wood while mentally writing tomorrow's emails? Or are you chopping wood while feeling the grain of the handle, the arc of the swing, the satisfying split of the log. Healing begins where the mind usually leaves, in the sensation of your feet on the floor, in the rise and fall of your breath, in the subtle thrum of your heartbeat. Your body isn't a problem to be fixed, it's a doorway back to now, the only moment where healing is actually possible. Try this. Right now, wherever you are, feel your body breathing, not controlling it, just feeling it. Notice where the breath is clearest, maybe in your belly, expanding and softening, maybe in your chest, rising and falling like gentle waves, maybe at your nostrils, a whisper of cool air in, warm air out. This simple act of noticing without changing, without improving, is revolutionary. You're learning to be with yourself again. Technique 2. Stop naming pain as an enemy. There's an old Buddhist story about a monk who encountered a ferocious demon blocking his path to the monastery. The demon roared and threatened, growing larger and more terrifying with each moment. The monk had two choices, fight or flee, but he chose a third option. He bowed to the demon and said, "I see you." The demon, confronted with acceptance rather than resistance, gradually softened. It shrank, not because it was defeated, but because it was finally seen. Your anxiety isn't your enemy. Your depression isn't a personal failure. That grief you've been running from isn't a foreign invader. It's a part of you trying to tell you something important. But we've been taught to wage war against our own experience. My anxiety is ruining my life. This depression is destroying me. I need to conquer this fear. Notice the language. My anxiety, my trauma, my pain. The possessive pronoun creates ownership, and ownership creates identity. You become the anxious one, the traumatized one, the broken one. Buddhism teaches a different vocabulary. Instead of my anxiety is overwhelming, try anxiety is present. Can you feel the difference? One makes you the victim of an enemy. The other makes you the witness of a temporary state. Anxiety doesn't belong to you any more than a cloud belongs to the sky. It arises, moves through, and eventually dissolves, but only if you stop clinging to it, stop fighting it, stop making it mean something about who you are. What we resist persists. This isn't just spiritual wisdom, it's verified by neuroscience. When you label an emotion as an enemy and fight against it, you activate the same neural pathways as physical threat. Your amygdala fires. Stress hormones flood your system. Your body prepares for battle. And what do you battle? Yourself, your own nervous system, your own perfectly natural human response to difficulty. Pain softens when it's no longer treated as an intruder, not because you've defeated it, but because you've stopped adding a second layer of suffering, the suffering of resistance itself. Technique 3. Allow before you understand. The modern mind is an explanation machine. Something hurts, and immediately we need to know why. Where did this come from? What childhood wound created this pattern? What's the root cause? What does this mean about me? We think understanding will set us free, and sometimes, yes, insight helps. But more often, our demand for explanation becomes another form of avoidance. We postpone presence until we have answers, as if we need permission from our intellect before we can simply be with what is. Buddhism reverses this order. Presence first. Clarity follows naturally. There's a meditation technique called just sitting shikantaza in Japanese. You don't focus on the breath. You don't repeat a mantra. You don't visualize anything. You just sit. And in that radical simplicity, something extraordinary happens. The mind, left alone without a job to do, begins to settle like sediment in water. And in that settling, clarity arises not from analysis, but from spaciousness. Think about the last time you had a big decision to make. Maybe you made pro and con lists. Maybe you talked it over with friends. Maybe you lay awake at night, thinking in circles. And then, perhaps after you'd given up trying to figure it out, the answer arrived. Not from more thinking, but from the quiet space that opened when thinking exhausted itself. This is allowing. This is the practice of staying with your experience without needing to understand it, fix it, or make it different. You don't need answers, you need to stay. When grief rises, you don't need to understand why you still hurt after all this time. You need to let yourself hurt. When anxiety spirals, you don't need to trace its origins to some formative moment. You need to feel the tightness in your chest, the racing of your heart, and meet it with presence instead of panic. Understanding is the booby prize. Presence is the real gift. Technique 4. Compassion is strength, not softness. We've gotten compassion all wrong. Somewhere along the way, we confused it with weakness, with lowering standards, with letting ourselves off the hook. So we push, we discipline, we demand more from ourselves than we'd ever demand from someone we loved. And we call this strength. But here's what actually happens. That harsh inner voice, the one that says, you should be over this by now, or why can't you just be normal, or everyone else can handle this. What's wrong with you? That voice doesn't make you stronger. It makes you afraid. Afraid of your own humanity. Afraid of needing time, needing help, needing tenderness. True compassion isn't soft. It's courageous. It takes tremendous strength to look at your suffering and say, this is hard, this is really hard, and it makes sense that I'm struggling. To meet yourself with kindness instead of contempt. To stop the attack. In Buddhist psychology, there's a concept called the second arrow. The first arrow is the pain that life brings: loss, disappointment, fear. That arrow hurts, but it's unavoidable. The second arrow is what we do to ourselves afterward. The judgment, the shame, the harsh criticism. I should be stronger. I should be better. This shouldn't affect me so much. The second arrow is optional, and it's the one that does the most damage. Self-violence delays healing. When you're constantly at war with yourself, your nervous system never gets the safety signal it needs to actually rest and repair. You can't heal in a state of siege. You can't mend while you're still under attack. Even if the attacker is you. What if you spoke to yourself the way you'd speak to a frightened child? Not with false cheerfulness or toxic positivity, but with genuine kindness. I know this is scary. I'm here. You're safe enough to feel this. That's not weakness. That's the only real strength there is. Technique 5. Observe the mind without fixing it. There's a famous Buddhist teaching, you are not your thoughts. But what does that actually mean when you're drowning in them? Imagine you're sitting by a river. Thoughts float past like boats. Some are beautiful, some are disturbing, some are mundane. Now imagine you believe you are the boats. Every negative thought that passes becomes your identity. Every anxious projection becomes your future. Every painful memory becomes your present. But what if you're not the boats? What if you're the river? Or better yet, the sky watching the river? The mind produces thoughts the way the heart produces beats. The lungs produce breath. It's what minds do. The problem isn't the thoughts. The problem is the identification with them. The belief that you must correct them, argue with them, fix them. Buddhism teaches something radical. You can watch the mind without being governed by it. Thoughts are movements, not commands. They arise, they peak, they dissolve. When you stop trying to control this natural process, something miraculous happens. The mind, released from constant correction, begins to settle on its own. Try this right now. Notice your thoughts without doing anything about them, not changing them, not following them, not pushing them away, just noticing. Thinking is happening. It's like watching clouds pass. Some clouds look like dragons, some like cotton candy, some like nothing at all. You don't need to change the clouds. You just watch them drift by. This isn't dissociation. It's not checking out or numbing yourself. It's the opposite. It's becoming so present that you can hold all of your experience without being consumed by it. You develop what Buddhists call the witnessing mind, the part of you that can observe suffering without becoming the suffering itself. And in that space between the thought and your reaction to it, freedom lives. Not freedom from thoughts, but freedom from being enslaved by them. Technique 6. Silence as medicine. We are afraid of silence, truly, deeply afraid, because in silence, all the things we've been running from catch up, the grief we've postponed, the fear we've medicated with busyness, the loneliness we've drowned in noise. Modern life is designed to prevent silence. We wake to alarms, scroll through feeds, listen to podcasts, watch shows, work, interact, scroll again, sleep to white noise. The gaps between activities terrify us because we know what lives there, the truth we're not ready to face. But silence isn't empty. Silence is where healing speaks. There's a practice in certain Buddhist monasteries where monks observe noble silence for days or weeks at a time. No speaking, no reading, no writing, just silence. And in that silence, something profound happens. All the unprocessed emotions that have been waiting for space finally surface. Not to punish, but to be met, to be held, to be released. The Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh said, "Silence is something that comes from your heart, not from outside." Silence doesn't mean not talking and not doing things. It means that you are not disturbed inside. You don't need to take a silent retreat. You need moments of genuine quiet. Even 5 minutes. Turn off the podcast during your commute. Sit with your coffee without scrolling. Let the silence be there. And when discomfort rises because it will, don't flee. That discomfort is carrying information, a message from the parts of you that have been waiting to be heard. In the silence, you might find old sorrows that need witnessing. You might find clarity about decisions you've been avoiding. You might find, most surprisingly, peace. Not the peace of having solved everything, but the peace of finally being honest about what actually is. Silence is not escape. Silence is listening, finally, bravely, compassionately listening to yourself. Technique 7. Release the urgency to heal. How long have you been trying to fix yourself? Think about it honestly. How many years of therapy? How many books? How many methods have you tried? Always with the underlying belief that if you just did enough, learned enough, healed enough, you could finally be okay. This urgency to heal is often just fear wearing a helpful mask. Fear that you're running out of time. Fear that you're not doing enough. Fear that maybe, just maybe, you're fundamentally unfixable. But here's a truth that might feel uncomfortable at first. There is no deadline for becoming whole. Healing isn't a race with a finish line. It's not a project with a completion date. It's a return to your natural state, and that return happens in its own time, at its own pace. Buddhism teaches patience with natural rhythms. A seed doesn't force itself to become a tree. It doesn't berate itself for taking too long to sprout. It receives what it needs: water, soil, sunlight, time, and becomes what it was always meant to be. The pressure to heal quickly often comes from the same place as the original wound. The belief that your pain is inconvenient, that your struggle is a burden, that you should be different than you are. But when you release that urgency, when you give yourself permission to heal at the pace of actual healing rather than the pace of social expectations, something softens. Your nervous system registers this permission. Oh, it says, we're safe enough to actually feel this. We don't have to rush through. We don't have to perform recovery. And in that safety, real healing becomes possible. This doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to suffering. It means releasing the secondary suffering of demanding that you be further along than you are. It means trusting that every moment of genuine presence, every breath of honest feeling, every instant of self-compassion is healing, even when it doesn't feel dramatic or impressive. What heals slowly heals deeply. The quick fixes create shallow roots. The patient work creates forests. Technique 8. Trust the body's intelligence. Your body is wiser than you think. Right now, without any conscious effort from you, your body is performing approximately 100,000 chemical reactions every second. Your heart is beating, your lungs are breathing, your cells are repairing, your immune system is defending, your nervous system is processing. All of this happens without you needing to understand it, direct it, or improve it. And yet, when it comes to emotional healing, we assume we need to be in total control. We think the mind must manage everything, direct everything, understand everything. We've forgotten that the body has its own intelligence, its own healing wisdom that operates beyond the reach of our conscious thought. Bessel van der Kolk, a leading trauma researcher, wrote that the body keeps the score. What he means is that your body remembers what your mind may have forgotten or suppressed. But here's what's equally true, and often overlooked. The body also knows how to heal what it's holding. When you give your body safety through gentle movement, through breath, through the simple act of feeling without fixing, it begins to release what it's been storing. You might cry suddenly during yoga. You might feel waves of anger during a walk. You might experience unexpected lightness after finally letting yourself rest. This isn't randomness. This is your body's intelligence doing what it was designed to do. Process, integrate, release. The healing isn't something you command. It's something you allow. You create the conditions, safety, presence, compassion, and then you step back. You trust. Not blindly, but with the same trust you have when you go to sleep at night, knowing your body will continue breathing without your supervision. This is perhaps the hardest thing for our control-oriented minds to accept. You cannot force healing. You can only stop preventing it. You cannot make yourself whole. You can only remember that you always were. Technique 9. Let life move you instead of breaking you. Water doesn't fight the rock. It flows around it, over it, through it. Eventually, given enough time, the water shapes the rock, not through force, but through persistent gentleness. We've been taught that resilience means rigidity. Stand strong. Don't let them see you cry. Power through. But bamboo survives the storm, not by standing rigid, but by bending. The willow keeps its branches while the mighty oak loses limbs. Letting go isn't weakness. It's the opposite of weakness. It takes tremendous strength to release control, to stop fighting what you cannot change, to allow life to move through you instead of constantly bracing against it. Think about grief. When someone we love dies, we're told to move through our grief, as if it's a tunnel with an exit. But grief doesn't work that way. Grief moves through us. It comes in waves, sometimes expected, often not. And our job isn't to push those waves away or speed them up. Our job is to let them come, let them crest, let them recede. Each wave carries a piece of love, a fragment of memory, a thread of connection that needs to be felt and released. The Buddhist teacher Pema Chodron teaches about the wisdom of no escape. She says we spend our lives running from discomfort, from uncertainty, from the fundamental groundlessness of existence. But what if we stopped running? What if we turned toward the very thing we've been fleeing? When you stop resisting life's impermanence, you stop breaking against it. When you stop demanding that things stay the same, you stop suffering their inevitable change. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care enough to be present for the full experience, the beauty and the loss, the joy and the sorrow, the holding and the letting go. Control creates tension. Surrender restores flow. Not a passive surrender that gives up on life, but an active surrender that participates fully in the moment as it actually is, not as you wish it were. Technique 10. Healing is a return, not an achievement. You've been trying to become someone better, someone healed, someone whole, but what if you already are? What if every technique, every practice, every moment of mindfulness isn't adding something new but removing something false? Like a sculptor who chips away marble to reveal the form that was always there, healing doesn't create wholeness, it reveals it. There's a beautiful concept in Buddhism called original nature or Buddha nature. It's the idea that beneath all the conditioning, beneath all the trauma, beneath all the stories you've told yourself about who you are and what you're worth, there exists an essential you that was never damaged. Not because the pain wasn't real, but because pain happened to you. It's not what you are. Think of the sky. Clouds pass through, storm clouds, grey clouds, beautiful sunset clouds. But the sky itself is never damaged by the weather. The clouds come and go, but the sky remains. Your essential nature is like that sky. Life brings its weather loss, fear, heartbreak, joy, peace, confusion. All of it passes through, and all of it eventually passes. You are not broken. You never were. You were hurt, yes. You were wounded, absolutely. You learned to protect yourself in ways that now feel like prisons. But underneath it all, that original wholeness remains, waiting not to be created but to be remembered. This is why healing sometimes feels like coming home. It's not a destination you've never reached before. It's a return to what you were before the world taught you to be ashamed of your tenderness, before you learned to apologize for your needs, before you started believing that your worth was something you had to earn. Healing asks nothing dramatic from you. It doesn't require perfection or enlightenment or becoming someone you're not. It simply asks that you remember. Remember that you belong here. Remember that you're allowed to take up space. Remember that your pain is not a character flaw and your healing is not a performance. Nothing new needs to be added. Something heavy needs to be released. The burden of being broken, the exhaustion of constant self-improvement, the isolation of believing you're the only one who struggles like this. Closing, the invitation. You don't activate healing, you stop interrupting it. Right now, in this moment, your body is breathing, your heart is beating. Life is moving through you with a wisdom older than words. And somewhere beneath the noise of your thoughts, beneath the weight of your worries, beneath the stories about who you should be by now, there's a quiet knowing that never left. You don't need to remember every technique from this video. You don't need to create a perfect practice or do everything right. One moment of honest presence is enough. One breath where you stop trying to be different. One instant where you meet yourself with compassion instead of criticism. Because healing doesn't ask you to try harder, it asks you to stay, to be here with yourself in all your beautiful, broken, whole, human complexity, to stop running from the very thing that's trying to save you, the truth of your own experience, exactly as it is. There's a Zen saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The actions don't change, the person doing them does. They stop waiting to be healed and realize they always had what they needed. That's where you are now, not broken, not beyond repair, simply here, in this moment, with the opportunity to stop fighting yourself and start coming home. You were never separate from wholeness. You just forgot for a while. And that's okay. That's so incredibly okay. Welcome back.